And I think it's quite exciting times for our field, for our community. I think we have been solving child diseases, curing child diseases for years, because, I mean, this is solid state, so one has to worry about decoherence processes, and any solid state systems are not coherent at all. It's embedded in a solid, and this solid will vibrate with the phonons and whatnot. And, I mean, we're really starting to solve these issues, and we have heard beautiful progress along these lines already from Nido and Kai. And so we have been developing puzzle pieces over the years, I would say, and I will discuss some of these puzzle pieces today. And I think we are, as a community, now starting to ask the question, so how do we scale? How do we put these puzzle pieces together into large-scale quantum architecture and something interesting there? So I'll be talking about efficient single-photon sources. I'll also be saying something about nonlinearity, some recent work we have there. Of course, also has been mentioned already, superconducting detectors can be naturally embedded on these structures or incorporated on these structures, so we can do everything on chip. We can do processing of photons, also making photonic circuits for that. We can also have long-range interaction, like with dipole interaction, because we can make nice 1D systems. And we can also couple the photons out from the photonic crystal structures by making tapers and coupling to fiber and propagating photons over long distances. And for kind of details of where the field is at the moment, I'll refer you to this review paper that came out in Review Modern Physics just about a month ago. So the outline of the talk is I'll say something about photonic crystal, local light matter interaction of photonic crystals. I'll talk about deterministic and directional single photon emission that we can see in these structures. I'll talk about single photon nonlinear optics and say something about quantum information processing and the prospects for information processing in the system. So, photonic crystal are these periodic dielectric structures we've heard about. We have two-dimensional photonic crystals made by electron beam lithography and etching, and we create a 2D structure where we make a membrane, so we remove the sacrificial layer underneath, so we get a 150 nanometer thin gallium arsenide membrane where we have a single layer of monomers inside. And so also Cartoon density of states that you would have in such a structure sketched here. There would be a band gap range of frequencies where density of states is strongly suppressed. It's an interesting question how much. You can answer that in a question in a minute, because this is really the name of the game of photonic crystals. You can suppress leakage to all unwanted nodes, and then you can enhance the coupling into the cavity of the waveguide. So this is really the secret weapon of photonic crystals. But how much can I control spontaneous emission? How much can I suppress spontaneous emission? Well, that's linked to what's called the local density of states, and that's the definition is up here. In Wigner-Weisskopf theory, it's directly proportional to the radiated decay rate. So if I have a quantum emitter, I place it inside the structure, I measure its rate, and it's in the Wigner-Weisskopf approximation, so it's a Markovian light matter interaction, and this is usually the case unless you have close to band edges and things like that. Well, then you just measure this rate and you can probe the local density of states, but you need to make sure that
southwestern Japan. parts of Kyushu in the pre-dawn hours. Extremely heavy winds of over 160 kilometers an hour. This person says the car was blown away in the wind. The vehicle is still stuck on a wall. This dry bonito factory was flooded. Ingredients were scattered on the floor. Gusts and high waves joined forces to wreak havoc on the city. This person says water poured into the factory. This prefab warehouse in Kikuyo Town, Kumamoto Prefecture, was knocked down by gusts. A pharmacy next door also suffered major damage. A 15-meter tall tree that stood in an elementary school playground in Daizaifu City, Fukuoka, crashed to the ground. A steel pole in a set of swings was bent sharply in the middle. The school principal says the school was closed at the time because of the typhoon. He says he's relieved the children were not there. This popular tourist destination was not spared either. The reporter says gusts knocked down a wall surrounding the former residence of Hosokawa Gyobu. Tiles can be seen scattered everywhere. The glass windows of a showroom of this car dealer in Kitakyushu City were smashed into pieces. NHK has learned that about 100 people suffered injuries from the typhoon in the Kyushu and Chugoku regions, including those knocked over by wind.
The typhoon wreaked many areas. It proceeded northwards over waters where temperatures have been relatively high. As a result, it maintained its strength when it made landfall in Kyushu. The developed rain clouds that accompanied the typhoon near its center also brought downpours. Mount Unzendake in Nagasaki Prefecture experienced 134.5 millimeters of rain in 1 hour, the most since record-keeping began. This road is completely flooded. Many areas in the prefectures of Yamaguchi, Fukuoka and Saga observed rain of over 100 millimeters an hour. Flooding at one point reached this high. This house in Shimonoseki City, Yamaguchi, was flooded. 89 houses were reportedly flooded in the prefecture. This person says the water gushed in a flash. They had never experienced such a flood.
The typhoon has seriously affected transport systems. On the Sanyo Shinkansen line, operations were suspended between Hakata and Hiroshima from the first bullet train of the day. The operation of the Kyushu Shinkansen line was suspended on the entire route between Hakata and Kagoshima Chuo. Kyushu Shinkansen operations were resumed after 3 o'clock this afternoon. This person says he wanted to leave today to be on time for work tomorrow, but it's no longer possible. Some people were trying. Asked how long she's been waiting. Typhoon number 15 is moving northwards over the Sea of Japan.